Hi guys, Christian over at Car Stereo here. We are going to show you how to install a radio in a 2007 GTI. It's the same for 06, 07, 08, 09, and I think 2010 is when the new body style came out. So this is a Mark V. Pretty much every Mark V with this dashboard and this radio, same installation. We have different radios for the Mark 6s and Mark 4s, and that's it. All right, so first thing we're gonna do, you're gonna come up here with your Enfig PPT 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set of 5 tools. They're actually really nice. They're just good for working on cars. All right. You can buy them individually, or I think if you buy all 5, you get them like half price or something. So what we're gonna do now is you're gonna stick your tool in here. All right, it just pops right out. All right. Put that aside. Okay. And then there's one screw in here. You can use a stubby screwdriver. I'm actually going to use my my screwdriver. If I can find my bit. There you go. There it is. My screwdriver, what it is, the right angle bit. That's it. So now, I think this way right there. All right, there's a screw in here. Oops, sorry. All right, so I guess doesn't want to come out. I don't know if it's out yet. All right. Yeah, it's out. Sometimes the video that sticks there, so you're gonna just put your finger on it and pull backward. All right. See, this just comes up. So as you pull backward, you should keep the screw where it belongs. Okay. So just dump it out and put it in your cup holder. You have 2 more screws down here in the middle. All right. And just let you guys know, this is not my car, so I'm not that guy wearing an orange watch because he has an orange car. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but it's not something I would do. I don't think I would. I don't know. I guess I gotta buy an orange car and find out. Alright, 2 screws right there. Alright, that goes out. Take this off now. Alright, next step is to pop up the dash. So stick right here. Alright, I did not do that, just to let you know. Alright, so once you do that, usually just comes right out. You might have to wiggle it. There you go. Alright, so we're going to put this off to the side right there. Now, next thing is these 2 screws. Oops, you got to get the bit off the thing before you do that. Alright, so that goes like that. And that goes like that. Alright, next step is to remove that face. Got the flat tool. Alright, be careful with these. Pull straight out, because if you don't pull straight out, there's tabs you can break. Alright. See, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, this one had a broken tab. Like I said, this radio's been out before, so someone probably broke it. You can see that notch. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. Alright. Alright, now once you get that out, just wiggle the radio out. Alright. Take your C-days out, make sure they're out before you pull out the radio. Now when you get back here, make sure you can see that. Actually, let's do it over here. Alright, so what we're going to do is that this has a little push button. You push that in and you drop it. Push that in and you drop it. And this right here, you just squeeze this like that and it drops right out. Alright guys, we're back. I got all the parts. Okay. Let me get the Enfig SRWH-VW07. This goes to the car, this goes towards the radio. If you have steering controls, this is the CAN reader, reads your CAN bus, and it communicates with the CAN bus. So each different car, each different aftermarket radio has different steering control lead, SW. This is an SWCL pile. SRWH is smart radio wiring harness, which means it has electronics. All right, so this is the steering control lead, SWCLPO. PIO, plug this in first. If you plug this in to power and then plug this in, the steering controls don't work. So if your steering controls don't work, after you do it, just unplug this for 5 seconds and plug it back in. All right, so this goes into here. On this side, this is your vehicle speed sense. It tells the radio how fast you're going. That way your GPS is more accurate. So not all radios have it. This is a reverse wire, so if you have a backup camera, when you put it in reverse, it'll automatically go in there. And this is the parking brake switch. It's not really a parking brake switch. What this does, it shows ground while the car isn't moving. As soon as the car starts moving, it doesn't show ground, so you can't bypass it. Okay, so that's that. I mean, it shows ground so you can play with the radio, because certain things like watching movies, it's not allowed. All right, so what we're gonna do here, we're gonna plug this bad boy in here. All right, and then that's it. All right, sorry, been a long day. This is my third video of the day. All right, so the right side here we have the speaker cables. Okay, and on this side, oh, by the way, these 3 wires, the CAN reader, these aren't behind your radio. The CAN reader reads your CAN bus wires, and it tells it, and it puts out the signals. Okay, the grounds is the black, and always on power is the yellow. Those are behind the radio. The red comes on and off with the key. It's also RAP, which means that it stays on until you pull out your key, which is great. The orange turns on when you turn on your headlights. That way, you know, if you're driving in the dark, you don't have a bright radio hanging out inside your dashboard, lighting up your car like a Christmas tree. All right, now you can always cut these wires off and wire it into the wires that came with your aftermarket radio, or Enfig sells plug and plays. We're Enfig, this is Christian at Enfig. So what it is that these are your speakers, these are all the wires. Like I said, this is an amp turn on. It's not used in this application, but if you had like a Audi or something, then you would use this. All right, what else are we doing here? That's it. So oh, if you have an antenna, your antenna adapter, this is the Enfig AAA-VW AUD4. This is for the in-6 disc and the MFD2 navigation. Uses this antenna adapter. So these go into here. All right, so what we're going to do now is, if you look at the smart radio wiring harness over here on the back, okay, the blue wire has a locking tab on it. You see how it sticks out like that? That locking tab goes directly above the red wire, but facing, the locking tab goes away from the red wire. Okay, you see it locked in? So now when we plug this in here, goes in here, pink to pink, that's your vehicle speed sense, which this radio has. Oh, messed that up. All right, we're installing a Pioneer Z130 BT. The Z130 is it's identical to the Z140 that's out right now. Oh, and then the you know, we pretty much have plug and plays for most new radios. There's some random things we don't have, so I got trouble with that one. Alright, that one goes in there, and then the parking brake goes in here. Alright, and then let me go get the radio and I'll show you how it's installed. Alright guys, we're back. I went and got all the stuff. Alright, so first thing I'm going to start with is the Enfig SRWH-VW07. SRWH stands for Smart Radio Wiring Harness. This is actually SRWH VW07-B, because it also controls the telephone functions of the aftermarket radio. So pretty much this is the box that the CAN reader reads your CAN signals, so it communicates with the car. And then on this side, if you have steering controls, this is where you plug them in. This is the Enfig SRWH-PIO. This is the Pioneer. For Pioneer radios, this is the steering control lead. So what you're going to do is when you plug this in, it programs the unit. So if your steering controls end up not working after you're done, just unplug this and then plug it back in to reprogram. Because sometimes if you have this plugged into power and then you plug this in, it's not going to work because it has to be programmed. Okay. So this goes into the car. That's self-explanatory. These are your speaker wires. All these on this side. Now the CAN reader, what it does, it reads your CAN signal. And this is your vehicle speed sense. It tells the radio how fast you're going to keep your GPS accurate. This is the reverse wire. It gives you 12 volts when you put it in reverse. So if you hook up a backup camera, the signal's right there. And this is your parking brake lead. You call it a parking brake lead, but it's not really a parking brake lead. A parking brake lead shows negative when you pull up your e-brake, so you can watch TV or whatever functions are blocked out when you're moving. This, what it does, it shows 12 volts when it shows ground when the car is parked. As soon as you start moving, the 12 volts goes away, which is great because if you stopped at a light, you can type, a destination on the GPS without having to pull up your e-brake, which is annoying. Okay. Now, the black is the ground, the yellow is a constant. Those are behind your radio. The orange is a illumination. That way, when you turn on your headlights, it tells the radio they're on and it dims the screen. Most radios have that function. And then the red is RAP, which is switch 12 volts, which means that when you turn on the car, it comes on, but it stays on until you pull your key out of the ignition, which is great because if you don't use one of these and you hardwire somewhere, the radio will turn off as soon as you turn off the car. So you have to have the car on. So this wire is very important. All right, now, your radio comes with a harness. You can just cut it off and tap the wires into it. Or Enfig, I'm Christian at Enfig. We also make plug and play adapters. This is a Pioneer PMP Pio 0176. This is for the AVIC brand. So AVIC Z130, Z140, and the AVIC 940 and 930 BTs. All right, so we'll get back to this in a minute. This is the Enfig AAA-VWAUD4 antenna adapter. It has, these are both FM antennas. I know some of you guys think it's a GPS. That's a Mark 6, not the Mark 5. Actually, you know what? In a Mark 6, which is the like 09 and up, they have duals as well, and then they have a separate one for GPS and satellite radio is what I meant to say, sorry. All right, so pretty much if you look at the box, it has a blue wire on it and a black wire. The side that the blue wire on always goes to the white. Okay, there goes my phone. And then the other side goes to that. I just want to mention that because there's confusion on that sometimes. All right, if you go over here, you'll notice that this has a little locking tab on it. See how it sticks out? All right. The little locking tab, you're actually going to push this with the locking tab away from the red wire. See the red wire back there? It's covered by the orange. You push it in away into the Enfig SRWH. Most of our SRWHs, as well as our SRWH is smart because it has a chip, and RWH is the radio wiring harness with no chip. So some cars don't need a chip. This one does. Because I know a lot of you guys just watch the video and you don't have a Volkswagen. You're just watching it because, oh, that's cool. So this goes into here. This goes into here. Okay. Now your vehicle speed sense. This radio has a vehicle speed sense. Not all GPSs have a vehicle speed sense, and to be honest with you, that's probably because shops hate putting them in. Because without most shops aren't going to pay for a harness like this, because whatever this costs, they could pay someone $10 an hour to tear up your car and do it the other way, and they make more money that way. It's smart business, but if just know what you're doing. All right, the purple's the backup wire, not the backup. When you go into reverse for your backup camera. All right, and then this is so-called the parking brake. I think I'm going to change the name of it because it doesn't really do parking brake. All right, so that goes like that. Now this thing plugs into here. This one. All right, just like so. The antenna's already plugged in. All right, so that's the wiring. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the kit. This is an Enfig RMK8-VW07. The difference between the RMK8 and the RMK7. The RMK8 has a matte coating. When I say matte, it's like a flat black to match your dashboard. The RMK7 is a flat, more of a shiny black. It matches the cars that came with a single CD radio. And also we also have the, if you look at this is the kit's built in with the trim ring. If you have a radios have a trim ring around them. This is built in with the whole cover. Okay, we have the RMK5 and RMK6 is same thing. RMK5 is shiny black. RMK6 is matte black. They're a cheaper kit. You could see the line on the website. And then RMK 1, 2, 3, and 4. Those are the same thing pretty much, but the single DIN kits. We have the high end and the low end, matte and not matte. So that's what you got the 4 at. It's confusing, because we don't have it. People just don't understand. All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna mount the bracket. Okay, I actually should have mounted this first. If you look at the back of the bracket, you'll see that these little tabs are bent back, okay, to go to hold the metal cage in place, because they don't come like that, okay? So what I'm saying is that when you get the radio, you're gonna have to bend the metal tabs yourself. All right, 4 screws go on. Sorry guys, it's been a long night, meaning last night. And I just happened to be texting my friend at 2 in the morning, and he's like, yeah, I'll come by the shop to do the video. I'm like, great. If I would have known that, I would have stayed home. All right, so that's in like that. Now, the kit also comes with side brackets, okay? So if you look at these side brackets, it comes with, always use your factory screws. I mean, the screws that came with the radio, because they always fit better. You know, they're made for the radio. This copper bracket, what you usually do is you slide it to the edge over here, and then you put the plate over it, okay? This is not to the edge because it's the customer's preference, okay? So what we did was, the customer liked the way it looked with it sticking out a little bit, okay? So he adjusted. That's what's great about this kit too, it's adjustable. You know what, let me tone that down so you can see what I'm talking about. Much better. Okay, so if you look at it, it's adjustable. So you can actually adjust how deep you want it, how shallow you want it. It's a nice kit, I enjoy it. Back up. All right, so I'm not going to show you the whole radio install, obviously. This is what's common to all radios. You know, this radio has a GPS antenna. It has a bunch of other stuff. It has an HD antenna. So we're just doing the basic install. All right. So the wired remote goes into here. All right, and then we're going to do the antenna adapter. What it is that what this does, which I guess I didn't explain. You have 2 antennas in your window. Well, on both sides of the antenna, your antenna's in the window, all right? So it uses 2 separate wires, and this what it does, it turns on the amplifier booster. If you don't use a booster, you're not gonna get good reception, and if you don't use both, you're not gonna get as good reception either. So, you know, most local shops just carry the single. Make sure you get, you know, if you're taking it to a shop, make sure you use the dual. All right, so the power. All right. I think that's it, right? Yeah. All right. I'm even surprised at how easy this is. Did I show you that the power? Yeah. Sorry, guys. The camera's behind me. I might have to get a screen and mount it onto the windshield so see what I'm doing. Make sure there's nothing squeezing in. There you go. The other one goes in. All right. And then the trim piece goes right here. Alright, and then finally, well, I'm not going to put the whole car back together, but I'm going to put it enough so you can see what's going on. Alright. That's it, and you just successfully installed a double-in radio in a Mark V GTI. Easy install, the parts available, everything's great. Like I said, we ship worldwide. We have dealership accounts, so if you guys are a shop, this just makes your life easy. It just really does. I stopped not using them years ago, before we even started reselling them. Anyway, we'll come back and we'll show you how everything works. Alright guys, so we're back. We're going to show you all the new Enfig installation goodies for the Mark V and the Mark VI. Just to show you how it works. Alright, for the radio installation harness is SRWH-VW07. When you go up, the up button goes through your stations. When you hold it up, it goes through your presets. Alright. And when you go down, it goes down through your stations. And when you hold it down, it goes through your presets downward. Okay? Now, volume up, volume down. Alright, now if you get a call, Alright, if you get a call, should have dialed already, right? Alright, I think if you tap it, it answers it. Okay? Yep, hello, hello. And if you hold it down, it hangs up. Okay, so same thing if you're getting a phone call that you don't want to answer. All right. Oh, you know what? I didn't read that. So. All right. So, if you get a call you don't want to answer, you just hold it down, and it'll reject the call. All right. Also, one more thing I'm going to show you. When you put it in reverse, it engages the backup. See? And then when I put it into drive, let's put a video on disc. All right, it goes in, and then once you accelerate, it shuts off, and then when you stop, it comes back on. It's actually the way a bypass should be, because, you know, I mean, if you're doing navigation, you're gonna have to stop at a light. You're gonna pull up the e-brake. So if you look at the e-brake does nothing. So it's not really a parking brake. It's more of a, I guess, make sure you're not doing something you're not supposed to be doing while you're driving wire. I'll think of a shorter version of that, but that's pretty much it. So you got your volume, your down volume, your presets, and then, you know, like the phone button now works. All right, that's pretty much it. The video is brought to you by unfitcarstereo.com. We sell and install. We also ship worldwide. So if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. Thanks for watching. Oh, one more thing I completely forgot to tell you. If you look at the menu at the, there you go. Stream it. Oh, let's move this camera. All right, if you look at the screen, see how it says active? Our adapters actually go active. Most adapters that you buy don't have that. So what happens is, as you're going through your screens, you'll go down and you'll see it goes through that as you do it. All right. So as you show your menu, you go MFD, audio, settings, MFD, and audio. All right. So you know what? I'm actually gonna go inside and wire someone a competitor's adapter, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. All right, guys, I'm back. Got a little late because we're actually, it's Sunday afternoon. We're hanging out with some friends. It's a friend's car. So, but anyway, come back to show you the competitors piece. So almost, I think all my competitors do this. So there's no audio thing. All right. So when you go back and forth, if you're controlling your radio, what you're doing is you're really going through your menu. All right. Very annoying. All right. unfitcarstereo.com. We sell and install. We also ship worldwide. We also sell to dealers. So if you want to open an account, give us a call. Thanks for watching.